Okay, so in this video I'm going to be talking about some Excel functions that are easy to use but very useful in everyday Excel use. So as you can see right here, we have some sales data. We have the revenue, the units sold, and the price that we're going to figure out, but we need an identifier for the item. So right here we have item, we can say 100, and then we could go 101 and then 102, but that would take a while. So what we can do is we can scroll or we can highlight 101 and 100, and then we can go down to the bottom right hand corner of the box until our cursor is a black plus sign. Then we can double click and that'll autofill all the way down to the end of this column. And so another way that we can do that is we can go to the bottom right hand corner again until our cursor is a black plus sign. We can click and we can drag it all the way down to 106, and say we accidentally went to 108. We can just go to the same bottom right hand corner and just drag it up and it'll get rid of it. So now what we want to do is figure out the price. So in any Excel function we have to start it with an equal sign, and a good practice is to use the cell as a reference, not to type in the number, because let's say you miscounted the units sold and it's actually 45, not 50. Then the price that you have here will now be inaccurate when you change this to 45 units sold. So a good thing to do is when we do change this to 45, the price will change with it. So right now we're going to do revenue divided by units sold to get the price of the unit. And then we can do the same exact thing that we did in the item number column, and we can double click and it'll go all the way down. And we can check to see if it is right. Yep, it's dividing this one by this one. That's right. And we can go right here. It's still doing the right thing. So this is all good. So now what we're going to do is this is revenue, but it isn't in any format at all. This is in also dollars, but it's in no format at all. So what we're going to do is we're going to highlight this, and we can hit shift, or we can hit control, and then we can go over here, we can hit money sign, and it'll change it to the accounting format, which will just give us 2 decimals. You can also do it to currency if you'd like. Well, let's say that we want to figure out what the item is. We know that it's item 100 and it generates this much revenue, but we don't know what it even is. So what we're going to do is we're going to insert a column by clicking the C column header, and then we're going to right click on the selected part. We're going to click insert, and it's going to insert an entire row for us. So this can be unit price or unit type. And so we're going to use a simple VLOOKUP function for this. We can just type in VL and then tab, and it'll come up with it. So the lookup value. The lookup value is the value that we want to look up in another table to get the actual unit type that we want. So the lookup value will be 100, and our table array will be on a separate sheet called unit type. And we can highlight this, and this will be where the VLOOKUP is pulling its data from. So then we can do another comma, and now this is column index. Now which column do we want it to come from? We want it to come from column B, because we already know that the item number is 100 and 101, but we want to know the unit type. So the column is going to be column 2, and we want an exact match, so we are going to type in false for the 4th parameter. Then we're going to close the parentheses, we're going to hit enter, and we can see that item number 100 is unit type phone. Now let's just go check it to see if that's right. Item number 100 is phone. So like both other ones, we can just double click this and we will be given the correct output. And as you can see here, the phone case is cut off. So what we can do, we can drag it or we can auto fit it. We can just go between C and D until our cursor looks like this, and then we can double click and it'll auto fit the column to make sure that it fits every single thing in this column.